Hi, my name is Jocelyn Talledo, and this is my final project for Business Administration 201. Um, I choose vaccines as my final project. So before I start um, going into this presentation, I would like to tell a story about our closest friend. Um, so we have this friend, Michael. He was like a family for us when he and his partner Erin had their first baby. We were overjoyed for them. Our friendship was strong until one conversation changed everything. So Erin was against two vaccines, and she was like super like negative about them because she was saying like that's bad and they can cause sickness um and a lot of like bad stuff for children. So the real fracture came 2 years later when I had my son, and I mentioned that we have choose to vaccinate our son. She told us we were killing a child, and that was like our last conversation we ever had. So losing a meaningful friendship over a different in opinion on child health was heartbreaking. But this was a personal story that reflects a larger and increase like a national trend. This is not just about losing a friendship. This is about growing in public health issues that we can have and must address. Vaccine have saved an estimated of 154 million lives over the 6 years. That's six lives every minute. Vaccination rates from 95% during 2011-2012 to under 93% 2023-2024. Higher rate was less than 80%. Vaccines are one of the humanity's greatest public health achievements that protecting us for life-threatening disease and even eradicating some like smallpox. However, in the United States, we have a problem in childhood. Vaccination rates are declining. 2% drop my Nazi dress. So a 2% drop my Nazi district, but as well, even a small decrease can have a deadly consequence. So why this is happening? To find a solution, we first need to understand the root causes of vaccines. For unsafe, so the safe amount of alumins can in common foods can be like banana or breast milk. That can be like a unsafe way to transmit like in vaccines. For ineffective, we have like flu, polio disease. So vaccines are the best to preventing severe illness, hospitalizations, and death. So a single fraudulent study sparked a lasting fear, but decades of large-scale research have not found no link. It is true that vaccines contain preservatives, but as we anything that does make the potion, the amounts used are minuscule and well within safety limits. Vaccines effectiveness, simple use, like the flu or polio. Like that's like a kind of like example. Um, some view mandates as the government over research, I believe, during the COVID-19 era. These are fears and misunderstandings that aren't just like theoretical. They're now having a direct and measurable impact in public health. The protection offered when enough people are immune, stopping the spread of disease. So in 2020, vaccination rates um, was over the 90%, and measles case was like 13 cases. In 2024, vaccination rates was less than 90%, and measles case was like 285. And 2025 vaccinations, it was higher than that. Um, and the measles case was like 800 and plus, and 3 people died for not vaccinating. So the 96% of cases were unvaccinated individuals. So for highly contagious disease like measles, we need at least 90% vaccination to achieve the immunity and protect those who can be vaccinated. As our vaccination rates have dipped below that, the case have skyrocketed. This is not a coincidence. This is a direct result of declining vaccination. We are not seeing hospitalizations and deaths from disease that was previously under control. So what we can do, the solution isn't to force people, but empower them with compassion and facts. So crucially, this means not just educating the public, but also equipping our doctors. Many hesitant parents feel dismissed or shamed by their physicians, which only pushes them away. My proposal is simple: require one time state level continuing medical education, credit for pediatricians and family doctors on how to effectively address vaccines hesitation with empathy and evidence. Doctors already do um, the continuing medical education. This will cost taxpayers nothing and will arm our frontline healthcare workers with the tools to rebuild trust and have productive conversations. By choosing empathy over mandate, we can avoid for polarizations and protect our children. By choosing empathy over mandates, we can avoid for polarizations and protect our children. So protecting our future one conversation at a time. And vaccines are the cornerstone of child health. The declining rates are real threat, but the solution is within our grasp. By shifting our strategy from confrontation to compassion, education, starting with our doctors, we can bridge this divide. We can ensure all children are protected and hopefully prevent more friendships and more lives from beginning needlessly lost. So over here, I am showing what I was talking about. The vaccines can cause autism. So the research shows no link between vaccines and autism, ensuring safety for our children. And um, so basically, this is safe for our children to be vaccinated. So some people can, I mean, not some people, every parent should be educated about vaccines in our children's. They're essential for avoid any sickness or illness, um, to prevent this. So the impacts about the vaccines are, we can control infectious disease. We can find um, every time, like flu or chickenpox or like even COVID-19. So it's very important for every parent um, to understand about vaccines and be aware of the side effects um, can cause. So this can be a good thing to vaccinate our children. We can prevent a lot of illness from this. So this was my presentation, and thank you.